Cearb is Takahiro Bloodwild versus Novicane, who we've been seeing all day today. Kagalichu. Bloodwild, Bloodwild. Ashinhair is advancing.
Almost certainly true here. So Novicane, we've seen Novicane a couple of times, doing quite well today, and this is a Deathcry deck. Maybe we did see this deck, or maybe we just saw someone else's. We definitely saw a Takahiro deck at some point.
We definitely did. So Deathcry versus the Reanimator style. Able to stick troops, survive long enough to do it.
That was a nice hit. The Secret and Crypt there. 2 resources to hand.
Between Kagalichu and Cottontail Explorer, all of these effects, putting cards in your crypt, you almost certainly will have something to use with Mordrum's Gift or Rotten Rancor later in the game.
There's that Crusader. Very dangerous to kill a Crusader. The Hero Fall is there. It is an option. But it's, again, quite a scary thing to do, honestly. Succubus comes down there, and that's going to potentially set things up for something spicy later on. Double Culmination isn't that great, honestly. So the Succubus here is going to block, put that power onto the Lackey. And what's interesting is now that Lackey is never going to sacrifice something, because if it does, it reverts that effect off.
And if Bride of the Damned were to kill the Emperor's Lackey, it reverts, so Bride of the Damned does not get the Emperor's Lackey. But it's okay, just one turn away. Playing Hero Fallen Bride is worthy. You don't want to see that. You don't want your opponent taking your cards. Even though it's Kagalichu, is 2 blood away from activating that part.
You'll notice there that the Underworld Crusader didn't swing in so that the demon couldn't attack straight away.
Every little advantage, and that's not attacking straight away means 6 damage saved, although the Underworld Crusader does have Skyguard right now.
Culmination's going to take out the hand. There isn't too much there that matters, though, honestly. Maybe the Commander Prompt. I'm actually... Okay. Tomb Swap brings back the prompt, of all things. Huh. That is a surprise.
Would you have taken back the Emperor's Lackey for another Carnal Demon? At least Commander Prompt gives +2 attack. Another Carnal Demon sounds good.
The Lackey would have been 2 Carnal Demons. It would have been one from the Deploy, from Blightbark, and then one from Sacrificing. Commander Prompt doesn't have Deathcry. I'm actually surprised about the amount of troops in this deck that don't have Deathcry. And the inclusion of Lord Blightbark.
A lot of the inclusion of Commander Prompt and other cards we've seen, like Vulcan Drakatar, just seem to try to take advantage of the Blight Blossoms and other things the deck just naturally creates.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a direction to take some of that synergy.
I guess taking the Commander Prompt mixes up the costs, right?
That is true.
It does switch out the cost, so that Seeker there would have taken out all of the Carnal Demons. And in this situation, it didn't hurt quite as badly.
Takahiro is out of cards, needs to draw. Charge power, gets a shard. Eternal Seeker is a 5/5. It's big. Nothing can block it at the moment. But Cearb at 24 health. And if there's a card that was starting to see more and more play in the previous metagame, and we're seeing a ton today, that's Eternal Seeker.
Yeah, Seeker is just proving to be a complete powerhouse, just, voiding cards straight up of your choice, and multiple of them potentially as well. A lot of decks do tend to... Ooh! I'm seeing a spicy pickup there. A lot of cards do tend to run a lot of the same cost of card. Some don't, but a lot do. And it is, potentially a 5 cost in this kind of deck. A 5-cost 5/5 flight that provides you with some pretty spicy card advantage. Fento coming down. The second time today that it might not die, it might. And this one potentially even triggers more than once.
We get to see Fanteo activation twice today.
I think we do.
We could count ourselves lucky.
Coins is not terrible, depending on what.
Might even see a tarantula at this rate. A second one.
Sacrificing for Rockpaw might as well. Okay, cool.
And this is Kagalichu having a much better plan for the later game. There's another commander prompt off the top, but with no form of evasion and no way to block the Eternal Seeker. Rockpaw Gang is just going to get some life drain while trading, able to come back. Uh-oh. I see a problem. Fanteo might be sacrificed or Rotten Rancor. Either way. There's Rotten Rancor. No, it's going to be too much. Novicane will take game 1.
Tarantulas this time. I mean, Fanteo did some work. Like, if the game wasn't on there, he probably would have won the game eventually with that many Tarantula eggs in the opposing deck.
Cearb needs to come back to have a shot at top 4. He's on the play now. We'll mulligan in 1 shard hand and keep the second.
Probably a good idea. Man, those Blight Bucks, though. I mean, we still have Blight Bucks here, but... So going first with a Blight Buck in hand with a Runeer, Hero Fall on the other side. But something's going to happen.
One of the 2 3-drops is going to trigger their Death Cry. Unless Strangle is picked up. Or something else 2 cost. Blood's got a lot of those.
Well, we say one of them is going to kick off, but we might just see someone stuck on 2 here.
It's a possibility. With no Fate Weave, 2 resources is a harder. Uh-oh. That's 1 draw. A culmination of blood. That won't help for a long time. But Blightbark is here.
It ain't so.
And Novicane started with a wild. Here's a blood resource. A blood threshold. Acolyte of Shoku. Moment of truth.
Oh, and it's a blood. So what do you play? I think I play the Succubus, but we'll see what actually goes down. Hierophant
Succubus
is the choice.
Succubus on Blightbark protects your Blightbark. They don't want to kill the Succubus. But with Runeer Hierophant, you just got a 4/4 Runeer Hierophant, 2/2 Abomination, and a Blight Blossom. Your board is bigger. They might need to remove your Hierophant before they remove Blightbark.
They're both good options. I think I prefer the awkward board state of putting that Succubus onto the Blightbark straight away. So if they kill the Succubus, they give you a double dose of Carnal Demon, and if they kill the Blightbark, they give you a 6/6 flyer on turn 3, which is equally as bad.
So before Promiscuous Succubus hits play, Lord Blightbark is destroyed, so now as to not trigger the Death Cry. Takahiro will sacrifice, putting the Death Cry on Runeer Hierophant. So if Runeer Hierophant dies, it gets to summon a Carnal Demon, but there is a potential problem if he doesn't die.
There are potential for being voided. Gemborn Prowler we see in Cearb Sand here, and that is equally possible as a card in Novicane's deck too here as well as the Seekers we've seen many, many times.
Cearb's Gemborn Prowler will be excellent for the Underworld Crusader that Novicane has just played. We'll void it. Cearb hanging on at least 3 resource and still has Hero Fall active.
Going in for a Swift 6 here. Kicking Novicane down to 9 health.
Not many troops in either crypt right now. Both players holding a culmination of blood, both of them at 8 cost.
Kagalichu puts a lot of resources into the crypt.
Gets his own Runier Hierophant with double Death Cry. Is that going to be a Hero Fall target before it gets bigger? Cearb does pick up a Wild Eyes. A resource on top will make Rotten Rancor potentially active, and if that Runier Hierophant is in crypt at some point, that can be very dangerous. Looks like we'll get a double block. That means Runier Hierophant goes to the crypt, creates those troops. I could have Shoku blocks just fine.
So close right now to this combination being worthwhile.
It's now 6 cost.
That's
Is Hero Fall going to be played? Hero Fall Runier Hierophant. Culmination is now 5 cost. This top card is likely a resource from Cearb. Is it one that will enable Rancor or Culmination? No, it is Necropolis coins.
Huh, okay. So, man, that was... Playing the Prowler main one there has made me very sad. Because, I mean, he's probably going to block, and that puts Culmination of 4, which makes Culmination playable, which means that entire hand is gone. And instead of that happening, he's handed the advantage here over to Novicane. Playing that Prowler was... Oh, man, I think that's what may lose this game.
Culmination discards Cearb's hand. No crush, no evasion. Novicane's got 2 Hero Falls, Rotten Rancor, and Bride of the Damned, and just needs time. Gets these attacks in, no cards in hand, double blocks from Abominations. Resource means Bride, but no Bride power. No Bride, needs another blood besides this one in order to Bride of the Damned. And it would steal the troops, but just being lethal is going to be enough to stop Runier Hierophant from attacking. Or possibly. It still has Death Cries. Gives -1/-1 when gaining a blood threshold to a target troop. Cearb is nothing left. Even a Shard, however, right now is another charge power. So Blight Bush can be sacrificed. Make Runier Hierophant even bigger. This card needs to count. This card needs to be a card that counts, and it is Emperor's Lackey.
I'm not sure I like that sacrifice either, but there you have it.
Rotpaw Gang sacrificed. Blight Blossom sacrificed for Rotpaw Gang. Runier Hierophant is big. This trade has to be blocked by something. The 2/2.
So what we have here is Novicane needing a blood in order to really win this game. Cottontail potentially gets that. We do see the blood, so that means Bride of the Damned's online. And
Bride of the Damned double Hero Fall.
Unfortunately, I think that culmination miss there has cost this pretty dearly. The 2 Hero Falls now are very well positioned to close this out.
hit the Blight Blossom, hit the Rotpaw Gang, hit the Rainier Hero. I guess it makes a 10-10. It's not necessary to hit with Hero Fall. If you really need to, you get it back as a 2-2. And what's it going to do?
Groundskeeper is good, or at least it would be if
Oh.
that Hero Fall wasn't there.
And this Rainier Hero Fin also has when it dies Carnal Demon, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. But
I mean, it
the
doesn't
Rock Paw
anymore,
means that
but
doesn't matter, yeah. The Rock Paw means that doesn't matter because it can just be blocked. The switching of the Rock Paw, anyway. So obviously there was some factor of luck here with picking up that blood, but really, you know, having that culmination at that point and not using it was huge. That was...
and now we have Rancor. Just about anything can battle and do really well. Fanteo's even here. Hi, Fanteo. Rancor can take a Bride of the Damned. It can... all sorts of things. Is there even a Seeker in there? Probably. Who knows? Novicane up to 10 health. Was very low before. Yazukan, sure. Take a Carnal Demon.
That's it.
Both players, good culmination of blood, and the first one to play it, realizing that they could play it, ended that one in Novocane's favor. Cearb finishes in the top 8. Novicane, congrats. You are in the money.